American Advantage Law Group is proud to bring you this webinar for your legal
American Advantage Law Group, Inc. Divorce Informational. Top 10 reasons for a divorce. Financial problems, communication problems, sex problems, friend interference, family problems, abuse, no time, not meeting expectations, having addictions, attitude problems. The initial stages of reconsidering one's marriage. Once you have figured out that you want your family dynamics to change, you should decide whether you just want to be legally separated or divorced. Legal separation. Separation is not a divorce. It just means that a once married couple will be living apart and is no longer considered married, but not qualified as divorced either. A legal separation from your spouse does not permit someone to remarry. It does, however, require orders about child custody and property rights, along with other demands. Permanent separation. Permanent separation occurs when people do not want to officially divorce but have no plans on sharing their lives together. Property and responsibilities are divided, but after the separation, one party is not responsible for the other, even though it is not an official divorce. Some people do this for religious purposes, opposed to divorcing. Trial separation. Trial separation is a period where a couple do not know whether to amend issues or divorce. In such a separation, all of the same rules and responsibilities apply, as if the couple is still living together and is married. Types of divorces. Summary divorce. Most people do not use a lawyer for this, but some people do. It is the quick route in getting a divorce. This is usually available for couples who have not been married long and does not share property, children, or joint debts with one another. It does not require a lot of paperwork. Uncontested divorce. This is said to be the best way to get a divorce. The couple works together in the process and there is no formal trial. The uncontested divorce is not as expensive as other methods for clients, but it may still become a great charge. This requires a judge even though there is no trial. People hire lawyers because they want to be assured that their settlement is fair. Default divorce occurs when the spouse does not respond or cannot be found. This makes things easier for the attorney and the client. But a defaulted divorce case can turn into something else after the divorce has been granted and the client may need further assistance from an attorney. Fault and no-fault divorce. When getting this type of divorce, the couple must decide who will take the fault for the divorce. In older days, this had to occur because someone had to be blamed legally. The number one blame was adultery. Nowadays, people file under no fault. In some states, that is the only option. In this case, people will simply say that there were irreconcilable differences. Types of divorces continues. Mediated divorce. A mutual third party helps a couple to divorce and settle disputes. This third party is called the mediator. Many couples who are using the mediation process also use consulting attorneys. Collaborative divorce. This occurs when a person wants a divorce and his or her spouse each hire a lawyer who are supposed to work together. Each has a lawyer who represents them, but the lawyers cooperate to determine a settlement. If this does not work, the lawyers must withdraw. A new attorney should be hired to represent them in a trial. Contested divorce occurs when couples argue over children and property. These cases can take years to be done with and are very costly when compared to other methods of divorcing. Divorce for same-sex. These are more complicated than opposite-sex marriages. This is because tax laws and things of that nature are complex when referring to same-sex relationships. Lawyers must be savvy with laws when arguing about property, death, and things of that nature. Financial information. A primary dilemma in divorce cases is the distribution of money and responsibilities. In order to make this discrepancy less burdensome, parties should consider the following steps. Collect all prominent financial documents. After such a collection, you should take notice of your assets, joint assets, and liabilities. You should then begin to keep future income separate and start budgeting what you alone earn and spend. Spend wisely. Joint accounts. Once a party has filed for a divorce, the individuals have a responsibility not to make transactions with the accounts without the other party's permission. Things get ugly when a party dishonors the court's request of not making transactions without the consent of the other party. Financial information continues. Marital property versus non-marital property. The judge can only equally divide that which is marital property. This includes property that was obtained after a couple has been officially married. Anything before the marriage is non-marital and most likely will not be up for division amongst parties. Some marriages have complicated situations in which it is hard to make a judgment on whether or not there is marital property. Example: a husband uses his inheritance money that he received before the marriage to purchase a home for him and his wife shortly after the wedding. Is the house then marital property or non-marital property? This is debatable, and the decision have gone either way in prior divorce settlements. Parenting and child custody. Types of child custody. Physical custody. The parent has the right for the child to live with them. Often, whoever the child lives with has sole physical custody, while the other parents have visitation rights. Legal custody. Having the right to make decisions about how the child is brought up. An example of this is having the authority to decide what school the kid attends. Medical operations the child may have to undergo, or any religious affiliation. Sole custody. Sole custody is when only one person has custody over the child. This usually only occurs when the ex-spouse is involved in impermissible engagements, such as violence or drugs. But even then, the courts will sometimes assign supervised